Don't let your kid have consequences. Okay.
So I'm a 23F nanny. For the family I work for there are 7 kids. Yes, 7. All ranging from 14 years old to 10 months old. I have been working for them for 8 months. And never really had an issue. They are a good family for the most part. A key part here is the kids are all homeschooled so they do not get out a lot. Unfortunately that leads to mom and dad spoiling them quite a lot. And since I've started had a bit of a discipline issue. They throw tantrums, throw things and scream a lot. Finally mom recently put on discipline because their tantrums led to me getting an injury. I was pushed down the stairs. So she implemented a timeout routine. And it was going well for almost everyone. Here is where the story truly begins. The second to youngest at 2.5 almost 3. His tantrums are some of the worst and instead of really discipling him she coddles. If he screams and yells she just picks him up and gives him whatever he wants. He will also throw things and hit whoever is telling him no. And mom doesn't do anything.
On Wednesday this week mom had an appointment and when he woke up from his nap and she wasn't there he freaked out. I tried to calm by playing games, food, or reading books. But nothing worked. He just got louder and more aggressive. He even hit me and his siblings. Eventually he woke the baby and when I got her tried to even hurt her. So with no other real options working to calm him down. I picked him up, sit him on his bed and said time out, you do not behave this way. When you calm down you can come out. He finally is calming down after several minutes and mom comes home. She was quite upset that he got a timeout because she says that he is too young and doesn't know better. Now I understand he is young but I've been a nanny for a while and I have learned 23 is normal age for discipline so they learn to know better. I only do a minute per year age and only goes longer if they can't calm down though I check in every minute.
She was also upset I used his room as a timeout. Now that part I get and can understand that at this age associating timeout with where he sleeps. I can agree we don't do that. But I had to ask when he's acting like this, what do you want me to do? She said let me handle it. If I'm not there give him what he wants, it's not worth the fight. Okay, but what if it's something I can't give? She replied if you can't just let him go through it he'll calm down quickly. I looked at her like are you serious? You do realize how he can be, right? But okay. Cue malicious compliance. The next day mom had another appointment and she was gone when he woke up. And of course he wanted her and only her. I said sorry she's not here, why don't we play a game? He screams no. I ask if he wants a snack. No, he screams and starts slapping at my hands. I ask to go read a book or go to his siblings' room for playtime. He screams again and hit me in the face. I told him please don't hit me.
So he screams in my face and goes off throwing things at me and everyone around and just goes off. I tell everyone to go to their rooms. I tried everything to calm him down and it didn't work, so I did exactly what she told me. Absolutely nothing. He continues his tirade, throwing things, pulling things off shelves, and screaming. I obviously kept him from things that would hurt him like glass, ceramics, and when he got on a table to push something I picked him up and put him down. Though he did bite me really hard when I did that. Not enough to bleed but enough to leave a good mark. I let this go for about 15-ish minutes until mom came home. And when she did he was still freaking out. She just goes, what is going on? I explained the situation and told her I'm just doing what she said and letting him cry it out till he calms down. She said that's not what I meant. I asked what did you want? She didn't really have an answer. I told her I couldn't use discipline and I couldn't calm him. You said to let him go he'd calm down. And he hasn't yet. I made sure anything dangerous was taken away but I didn't know what else I could do. Now respectively I could have picked up what he threw around but I wanted her to see what he was capable of. And I wasn't going to risk getting hurt again from taking things away. She looked upset but didn't say anything and just looked at him still throwing his tantrum. The baby wakes up and she goes to get her. When she comes back to try and calm him he screams to pick him up and he hits her and keeps going. Till she puts the crying baby on the ground and picks him up. I was kinda shocked she fed into it. I told her he's old enough to know what he's doing. He knows that he'll get what he wants when he does these things and it's only going to get worse. And if it's going to continue, I'm going to continue to do nothing because I won't risk getting hurt. Or the other kids in the process. I showed her my bite mark and she went pale a bit and said he did that. I said yes he did. She took a breath and said, why don't you go home for the day and I'll talk to Dad about this. When I came to work this morning there was a timeout chair for him. And I'm allowed to use it at my discretion. Edit. So I will say, because I told in the comments I only get paid $22 an hour and it is low. I am quitting this job soon. Or rather I already did. My last week is in May. I promised I'd stay till then and then I have a much better paying job backed up. And yes, I did get extra pay for the stairs incident, not the bite, but yes, for the stairs. I don't understand how you are still working for a family that doesn't have consequences for kids who push people downstairs. The family won't realize how ridiculous they are until they go through multiple nannies for the same issues: violence, prohibition on discipline, and low pay. Is this family wealthy? Because 7 kids, wow. Also, not to be in your business, but how much are you getting paid? Because if it's not a lot, then personally, I would be gone. Wow, you're a way better person than I am. After the first round of no consequences, I would have waived 2 weeks' pay and just left. And moved across the country. Gotten really far away. What is it going to take for you to leave? Being hospitalized? You were pushed down the stairs and have bite marks. This kid is only going to grow bigger and stronger with each day. And he will escalate his tantrums. Oh, you played it hard. You took a beating to prove your point. And you sure made it. I guess your method was better than punting him into next week like I would have. You have the patience of a god. They owe you for every injury, including the biting. The stairs incident is scary. You could have been seriously injured or even permanently injured. Are they not aware you could be filing multiple civil cases against them? The fact that there are other children in the household that are potential victims is another concern, especially an infant. And the mom put the baby on the floor to coddle the little spoiled brat. Parents need to start parenting. Unless, of course, they plan to keep all the kids away from the outside world for their entire lives.
GTF out of there.
They are a good family for the most part. They do not remotely sound like a good family. Did you get compensated when you got pushed down the stairs? Are you going to ask for compensation for the bite? If those answers are no, you need to start looking for a different family. If you're in the US, you need to be charging way more than $22 per hour with problematic children like that. I feel sorry for these kids. They are being taught that there are no consequences for your actions if you throw a big enough tantrum. Life is going to be very hard for them and anyone unfortunate enough to have to deal with them. Like teachers and parole officers. Edit. I forgot they are being homeschooled. But the homeschooling thing makes sense to me now. Mom isn't willing to deal with teachers who have problems with the kids. So now, not only will these kids expect to get anything they want, they will also have a deficient education. Because OP isn't telling us anything about the kids being taught anything. Only one kid. But they learned pretty quickly that when daddy says something, then it's going to happen. Mommy is the one who always caves. And then wonders why she's the one that gets bullied. Thanks for the free birth control. My 1.5-year-old gets raised voice if he tries to hit his sister and bear hugged if he doesn't stop. I call it daddy cuddles. Nothing to hurt him, just good old-fashioned bear hugging fun. His sister is 4 and usually also gets reminded that she taught him to hit, so stop teaching him that. Being pushed down the stairs would have been my nope point. You must be a masochist. And not in the good way. Can you afford to quit now? You're being slapped, hit and bit. You've been pushed downstairs. No job is really worth that. Have you thought of telling the mom you are going to do timeouts if they want you to stay? If she's uncomfortable with that, you can leave immediately. Don't let yourself get injured for a job where you're abused. If you break a bone or get seriously injured, you won't be able to start your new job. You can sue after, but that takes a while. I hope they need you more than you need this job. I am curious why you are still working for these people. The mother obviously thinks very little of you. $22 an hour for 7 kids? Granted, the oldest is 14, but that's still a lot of kids, though not a lot of dollar. You have the patience of a saint and are way underpaid for what you put up with. To watch 7 kids, you could easily get double your current salary. I would start looking for a new family. One where you won't be a punching bag. I'm glad you found a better job. And I'm glad the mother saw reason. Hug. Yeah, no. I always wonder how that timeout thing work. I mean, you put the kid in timeout and then? Why shouldn't he leave or something?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.